Hello everyone, hope you are well on this Sunday night. I typically can get a video out earlier on Sunday, but today has been busy, but it's been a great day. Today was my birthday. I turned 58 today. That is hard to believe. The time, y'all, just rolls on by. It's amazing. But it's been a very good day. Went to church earlier and we met with some old friends of ours for dinner earlier, a while ago here, and had a great time. If you have a chance to get with friends or family in person, take advantage of that if you're able. There's just no substitute for good in-person visits. All right. I'm going to talk about how some of our basic rights under the Constitution and the Bill of Rights are continually under fire here. And sometimes it just goes unnoticed, but it is happening, y'all. I'm going to talk about that. But first, I noticed this article. It doesn't surprise me, but it talked about how the younger generation, increasing number of younger people, are turning to Satanism. You heard that right. They are turning away from Christianity, from God, and they are turning to Satanism in increasing numbers. Now, the article that I read focused more on the UK, specifically England and Wales. A survey from a lot of these younger people talked about traditional Christian and religion as outdated, dogmatic, and stuffy. That's stuffy religion. So they're going to turn to Satanism? Is that the alternative? I mean, really, people? But England and Wales, the number of people who identify themselves as Satanists has increased 167% just in the last 10 years. Christianity has declined, or people who have identified themselves as Christians has declined less than half of England and Wales' population. I got news for them, though. The church is going nowhere. Now, it may diminish more in other places, some than others, and it may look a little different. It may go through some transitions, but it'll have its setbacks. It'll have its revivals, but it's not going away altogether. It's going to stick around. We know that for sure. But I just wanted to put that out there. I mean, I think we need to pray for these folks. There's so many deceived, and it is written that many more will be deceived, and we know that's coming. Okay. Back to our rights. There was a comment in my last video that I think hit the nail on the head, and I'm going to paraphrase, but basically said that the medical mandates that we saw were generally successful. I agree. Powers that be noticed this, and they studied it. And they're working harder than ever to put in new regulations in place to get even more compliance/control. Second Amendment, freedom of speech, freedom of religion are all under heavy attack. I agree. Can't argue that. Now, little summit they're having over in Switzerland, I can guarantee you is part of that. Because control is the key. Control is the goal. More and more and more of it. But not so fast. Not so, as Lee Corso says, Coach Lee Corso, not so fast, my friend. Not yet. Not yet. Article I read gave me a little hope. Gave me a little hope. I'm going to read some of it. And it is super important to, if nothing else, be aware and involved in your local goings on, and your politics, if you don't vote anything else, vote local, okay? Especially for sheriff, okay? That's vital, all right? So this article talked about how the state of Illinois, all right, state of Illinois, just days after Illinois became the ninth state to ban assault rifles. I didn't realize that 9 of them. I should know that, but the state already hit a roadblock to implementing the law. Defiant sheriffs. At least 74 Illinois sheriff departments have publicly vowed to defy elements of a recent gun control law signed by the governor, which banned assault rifles. As the number of uncooperative sheriff offices increased, the governor has made his own vow to ensure those members of law enforcement who fail to do their job won't be in their job. I don't believe he can do that, but I'm not a lawyer. The Illinois Sheriff's Association issued a statement Wednesday expressing continued opposition to the law. Simultaneously, dozens of sheriff's offices began to post nearly identical messages promising that they would not check for compliance with the law or arrest offenders of the law. In total, 74 offices said that they plan to not use resources to enforce elements of the law impacting nearly 4 million Illinois residents. It's over 30% of the state's residents. Many of the sheriffs defying the law have described their opposition of the law as akin to civil disobedience to protect the Second Amendment. Sangamon, I'm not sure if I'm saying that right, Sangamon County Sheriff Jack Campbell, whose jurisdiction covers nearly 200,000 residents, signed a modified version of the statement. In an interview with ABC News, Campbell based his opposition to the law due to both adherence to the Constitution and the ineffectiveness of the law. He said the law will have zero impact on the murder rate in the state of Illinois. I tend to agree. But basically, the sheriffs, or a majority of them, are choosing not to enforce this based on the fact that it is unconstitutional. It infringes on the Second Amendment, which says shall not be infringed. Shall not be infringed. So kudos to them. Hope that continues. Not so fast. Not so fast. It gives me some hope. I mean, and like that comment was I agree with it. I mean, I think that those rights are continually being hit hard, and they will continue to be. And we have to stay aware and be up to date on this stuff, and just do our part to support our right to keep these in place. Think about those folks in China. There's no Second Amendment, and you're being welded into your apartments and herded and this and that. We can never give that one up. We cannot give up 2A. If we give up 2A, forget about it, y'all. Forget about it. It's all done. And some will say, well, dog, it don't matter what you have. I mean, the military will, always has more of this and that. You can't fight that. Think again. History shows that's not the case. So it's better than having spitballs and foul language to defend yourself. Okay? At least that's my thoughts. Share your thoughts on that. If you live in Illinois, and if if you have some information on this as well, or share what you think about it. Also, I have a passage I'm going to share. I'm also going to be, by the way, I'm going to do more short more shorts videos as far as different things, but mostly sharing passages from the Bible. And so be on the lookout for that. Let me know what you think about that. This passage is from Proverbs, if I can get it. Proverbs chapter 19, verse 21 says, "Many are the plans in a person's heart, but it is the Lord's purpose that prevails." Isn't that the truth? Amen. There are many times we think we got all this on our own, right? I got this, I got all these plans made. I'm going to do A, B, C, and D. And what happens? It doesn't happen. God may step in and stop you butt cold, okay? And you didn't see it coming. But after you realize it, okay, you're just like, okay, I'm going with it. I'm just going to go with it. And it turns out to be the best thing that ever happened. You've probably experienced that. I know we have here. And it's kind of a cool thing. It's a really cool thing when it does happen. At the time, you don't really understand it, but that's where the trust comes in. That's where patience, trust, and you just go with it. Okay, God, I'm following you. So keep that in mind. Hope that helps somebody. Share your thoughts. Let's stay aware. Let's be safe. God bless you. I'll see you soon.